I am coming to you on the weekend with my pool hair and in my laundry area. I don't know, those are my drying clothes, my boyfriend's laundry, my makeup vanity, my school area, basically the office, the second bedroom that suffices as every room we don't have. So if you did not see my vlog last week, you should definitely go check that out. I announce what grade I am teaching next year, and if you haven't seen it, well, I am moving down to 3rd grade. I will have my own class. I will teach all subjects. And I am so excited. Oh my goodness. I'm so looking forward to this journey, and now I can finally start getting my things ready for next year because I know what I'm going to need to be doing. So what I want to do this weekend is print all of my vocabulary words, kind of like the ones I had this year, but these have the definitions on them and they have pictures on them, so it's kind of like all in one, and I'm super excited about them. I got them from Teaching in Tapas. I don't speak Spanish, I'm sorry. Tapas, and I will show you, but I got the math and ELA 3rd grade bundle a while back. I think this was the teacher appreciation sale on Teachers Pay Teachers when I purchased it, so I was feeling really hopeful then. And it's 8 o'clock, but I'm glad that I could put it to use. So let me show you. I have this cabinet in this room here, and this is where I keep all of my paper and lamination and stuff. So I'm going to need a lot of cardstock. This is just white cardstock. It was some off-brand one, so it has some weird polka dots on it. Just construction paper, printer paper, that's really thick cardstock. And then up here is lamination that I'll be using. This is not Scotch brand. I used to use Scotch, but that one was just much cheaper, and it does the same thing. So then we come over here. Ignore all of my cords from graduation. What do you guys do with that stuff? I don't know what to do with it. But here is my HP printer. I bought this, I think the summer after I graduated, and I do have instant ink. My code is always down below. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but if you sign up through my code, you get a free certain number of months, and then I'll get a free certain number of months, so whatever. I love HP Instant Ink. I believe I pay $10 a month, and I can print 200 pages, I believe. I don't remember. I haven't used it often enough to need to know if I'm at my page limit or whatever. So I'm gonna put this cardstock in the printer, and then I'll show you what I'm printing. Okay, so it is the Math and ELA Word Wall Bundle from Alicia Swanson, Teaching in Tapas. And this is the math, and she has it in all different sizes. So she has, in the bundle, she has large, which is 2 cards per page horizontally. Large medium, which is 4 cards per page vertically, which is what I'm going with because that is very similar to the ones I used this year. Then there's a little bit smaller, and then there's a super small for interactive notebook stuff. And this is a list of all of the words that are in here, and it's really nice because she has color coded it by standard or by topic. She has a title for each of them, and the stripe right here of color is the color that the words are. So yeah, they have the word, the definition, and then a little picture to go with it. So I am really excited, and I'm going to print these out. So I guess I will start at page 3, and I will go to page, let's see, Page 42. I'm definitely gonna have to buy more cardstock. My printer wants to make noise. Here they are all printed out. These are the math versions. So like I said, this little line on the bottom represents the color that matches. So these are all operations in algebraic thinking, and then measurement and data is green, and then geometry is orange, numbers is pink, and fractions is purple, which is weird because partition is in geometry. So this is all my math stuff, and like I said, I'm going to have to run to Target to get more paper. Luckily I have a gift card, so using all of my gift cards to prepare for next year. I'm going to go to the ELA one though and print the ones I can. Now the ELA one is striped instead of dotted, and I really love the colors that she uses. I love how they're bright, and the categories she has for ELA are reader's knowledge, informational text, literature, and grammar. So just really important things that you talk about as you're teaching. And I love just the little pictures that go with it. I really think these are so great, and I'm so excited to use them. Like caption, this is a tiny frog sitting on a bicycle seat, because you probably wouldn't be able to tell that from looking at the picture. I thought that was a glove, and I thought that was someone's thumb. Bold print, like it gives the example. I just love it so much. Oh my goodness. So I am going to print out some of those depending on how many pages I have left, and then I'm going to run to the store to pick up some paper real quick so I could get this done tonight, because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And you're probably wondering, why am I doing this like so randomly towards the end of the year? Like I could do it over the summer. Well, I have to cut all of these out, and last year I had my assistant, well, it was the assistant for basically all of 4th and 5th grade, the teacher, or well, she wasn't the teacher, the assistant who made our copies and where we put in our drawers in the copy room. So since I don't have any copies for her to make, I'm going to have her cut these out for me. That way they're prepped and ready to go. So I want to get them laminated this weekend and then put in my drawer on Monday. So she has all week to cut them out. That way I don't have to do that, and they're done and ready to go, and it gives her something to do. So I have started laminating these, and the only reason I like Scotch brand lamination better than this off-brand cheap stuff is because Scotch has never folded up on me and done this weird crease if it's not aligned properly. And this is the second time this has happened to me with this cheaper stuff. It doesn't happen every time, but those unlucky moments it does, and that's just frustrating. But other than that, I mean, it's a little bit thinner, but like when you first put it on, but then when it goes through, you can't even tell the difference. This is the 3 millimeter, I don't know what it's called, and it's still thicker than like school lamination. So yes, it is the next day as I'm laminating this stuff. And my face looks super greasy. It is a hot one, and I just came in from the pool. As I was laminating this stuff behind me, I was wondering, how do you guys teach grammar? When do you teach grammar? How often do you implement it? Because it's just not something that's a focus in my district. And from where I come from, we had daily grammar. We mapped out sentences. We had to circle the nouns and underline the verbs and label everything, and we had a different thing to do each day of the week. And so I'm a big grammar stickler, and I just think understanding grammar, understanding what makes up a sentence, understanding how to make different sentences changes the way you write and changes the way you understand reading and everything. And I noticed a lot in my kids' writing this year and last year, they didn't have an understanding of grammar, so they didn't know that their sentence needed a verb. They didn't know that their sentence needed certain things to actually be a sentence. So with me teaching all subjects next year, it's definitely something that I want to implement. And now that I've printed all of the grammar vocabulary words to go with it, I was just curious as to how you guys implement it in your classroom. So is it something you do for like 5 minutes every day during your writing block? Is it a center? Because it's something I definitely want to do. So let me know, give me ideas, give me your thoughts, because this summer I'm really going to focus on my ELA block and how I'm going to be running that, since I haven't taught reading since student teaching. And when I did teach reading then, we were doing a book study on Charlotte's Web, so I literally just read to the kids every day. And before that I've read Who Was Dolly Parton, which is stuff I love. Like, I want to read from the way I was taught to teach reading is to read a picture book and teach through actual literature and show the skill using that basic book, and then have the kids go and do the same skill in the books that they're currently reading. I'm really, really interested in Rooted in Reading. I'm really interested in the, Magic of Math. All of Hope King and Amy Lemon stuff. Let me know about grammar, please. So I'm currently sitting on the floor. It is Monday, and I am going to make like a little project every day for myself to make sure that I'm starting to pack my classroom. So right now I'm going through my library and taking all the books that are mine and putting them into these boxes. And I just noticed I still have library that I never went through right there. Oh geez. One shelf dusty but all cleaned off. These book bins I got from a teacher at the beginning of the year because I needed stuff to fill my shelves, but they're old and dingy, and I'm gonna be adding color to my library next year, so I don't need those. But these yellow ones from Really Good Stuff, blue one from Hobby Lobby, and then the red and blue ones from Dollar Tree are all mine. I almost have one paper box full. Two shelves down, 2 boxes full, and I have just about 2 shelves to go because this stuff isn't really full of anything at all. And the bookshelves are all clear. So dusty. It's kind of really sad how dusty it is. That's how rarely my kids came over here, and next year that's definitely something I want to change. I want the library to be a weekly thing, and I want them to be reading. I feel like when they switch classes, they lose the ability to pick a book from the classroom library and enjoy it. Okay, so this has been over here since they painted my classroom in the middle of the year. So I need to take the tape off of it and put it somewhere safe. It's part of my circus theme, and it's just a bunch of library or book genres, so I will not be needing this for my theme next year. I'm now gonna go ahead and take my bulletin board borders down because I want to store them with this stuff, I think. Because this is kind of long, like bulletin board border. And I may be using some of this in my next classroom. Definitely not the circus one, but so I am going to hold on to it. This is what the front of my classroom is looking like. I completely took everything down on that bulletin board, and some people might think I'm crazy, but I think I'm going to try to save this for next year just because it's pretty intact, and I don't want to buy a whole nother roll for just one square of this color. And I do want to use this color for my new theme, which I will tell you later this week. Okay, so I have my 3 different borders and my library genres clipped together with a binder clip. That way they can hang in my closet. And this one is pretty thin right now, but I still have to add all of that to it. I'm going to leave my rules up until the end of the school year, just so my classroom still has some color in it. And then what I'm gonna do is go through the books that are in a pile on the floor there. Those are books that belong to my school, and some of them are labeled 4th grade, so I'm gonna leave them in my classroom. But I just wanna look through and see which ones I really want to take with me. So I put all the books that I'm leaving in my classroom inside of this easel that I'm also leaving in the classroom. So they're in there, they don't need to be moved, and that's how they're going to be stored for the summer. This is all done. These are all my books, and there's now no longer a pile on the floor. Morning, guys. This is the first day all school year that I'm not wearing any makeup but mascara. But I didn't get out of bed until 7, and you know what? My face is fine, and it's hot in my classroom, so it's just unnecessary right now. Last year I did this a lot more because I was in grad school and that was just hard. But yeah, I'm all fresh-faced. My skin also looks much better this year, so. It's Tuesday. I have to teach puberty today. That'll be fun today and tomorrow. And then Thursday we have our class party. There's like a bug bite on my neck. I'll see you guys later to tell you what I am cleaning up in my classroom. Let me show you the progress of my classroom because my children helped me a lot today. So we took down the math bulletin board that I had over here. Cleaned all of my book bins on the insides. Well, not very well, but and stacked them up. I took down the letters that were on the word wall, took down the jobs, took down my clip chart. I also cleared out all of my Ziploc bags and wipes because apparently I have so many, just like so many tissues. The kids organized the games for me. Collected my stuffed animals in the bag. This is all stuff I've taken off the walls. For now, I threw some bulletin board stuff, like all the stuff that was on my word wall and my jobs, in the bucket, because I don't know what else to do with it for now. Oh, I'm gonna start cleaning up this bookshelf and just putting this stuff to the side. I had a kid go through all my colored pencils today. I bought these for my colored pencils so that they wouldn't have to worry about the boxes, but most of my stuff ended up in there or on the floor. So I'll have to buy new colored pencils for next year. Great, so I loaded all of my book bins on that cart over there, and I just have it over in the corner of my classroom. I'm just gonna start putting stuff on there. I took a lot of the stuff from here and moved it over there as well. These two are my new ones from this year, and then this one was just from Really Good Stuff. So this has stayed really good, and I'm probably going to hold on to these to use them in some way next year. I think I have another one up in that bin, but I'm not gonna check right now. I'm gonna have my kids wipe out these little bins, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did this year. These were the bins that sat over here all year, and I would just throw in the extra copies from that day. That way, if kids came in the next day and said they couldn't find it, or they left their homework at home, they could just go in here and grab it. One thing I want to change though is I need a place for absent work, and I don't know if I want to incorporate that into this. It will probably be a little bit easier to, since I'll just have one class of about 20 students. I've seen some people do like the drawer system like I have here, but that's just like that takes up a lot of space for a few kids who may be absent, so it might not even be that big of a deal. I could probably just hold it to the side or something, or leave it on the kids' desk all day since no one will be there. But I think I do want to continue using these in the way that I did this year. A bunch of stuff is piling up over there. That's just stuff from my bulletin boards and just really long stuff. I have my bulletin boards on binder clips, but they don't sit on the hanger right, so I don't really know what to do with them. So if you guys could help me with that. It might be the kind of hanger I have, I don't know, but it just sticks out on a slant instead of just hanging nicely like I've seen people do in the past. So let me know what to do with my borders. I'll show you. So I have it binder clipped at the top, and if I pick up, it's probably the hanger I have, honestly. Well, that actually works a little bit better, but like, so maybe, am I supposed to, oh, well wait, it's working much better than it did this morning. That's not that bad. Never mind. But this is what I'm planning on doing with my binder, with my border. I did find though, oh my goodness, these popcorn stools are so trashed. When I tell you these kids this year trashed my stuff, like this did not happen last year, and I had 3 classes in here last year. Goodness. So this whole shelf right here has borders and stuff and posters. Like, if you've ever been to a Carson DeLosa warehouse sale, just so much stuff. And then the bottom shelf has so much paper, lined paper. It goes all the way back. I'll probably leave a lot of it here. Like, oh my gosh, most of that is from last year because the kids brought a ton. And then I just have a bunch of little containers, which I'm probably just gonna pull out and put on the cart and wheel it. Not all of it is mine. Like, obviously this 4th grade stuff is staying. These fraction, whoops. These fraction manipulatives will stay. This big tub of I don't even know what will probably stay. But like, these are mine. All of this stuff is mine. These protractors are not, but that bin is. So I'll probably, I don't know what I'll do with those, but like, most of the stuff is mine. But there's no sense in putting it in a box to take it back out. Luckily my cabinets aren't too full, but I just want to move the stuff. Like, I hate waiting. And then I do have my 2 carpets, but I'm only taking my big one that I got through Donors Choose. The other little one that was in here when I got here is staying here. This is what the cart is looking like from over here. I have my Keep the Quote poster in here because ever since my room was painted, we haven't done that. I have my glue sticks and my scissors in here. Whoops. a box of like pens and pencils and expo markers for some reason, my colored pencil things, all my book bin labels. I think I'm just gonna keep them in here instead of putting them in a different bin. Like, this is all stuff for my library anyway. So that's all ready to go. I have 3 paper boxes, or no, that's 4 paper boxes full of books. I have that tub full of books. I have that black tub full of books that have never been labeled. And then I have that paper box full of books that have never been labeled. That's all my library. I'm leaving this easel here as long as my new room has an easel, which I'm pretty sure it does. I haven't really cleaned this area, so I'll probably do this tomorrow. But like, I don't know what to do with those little things. I have these paper boxes that I can put stuff in. They are empty. I just haven't decided what I'm putting in them yet. I also have all of my drawers, which obviously I'm taking these. I think I may spray paint them black. I was going to last year, but then I decided against it, but they are just so gross. I think I'm going to spray paint them black. But these have my whiteboards in here. And then they have math manipulatives, which I won't be taking with me because these are like 4th grade math manipulatives. I am going to leave my cubbies because when I get to my new classroom, I'll show you guys. That's so exciting because I get to show you a new classroom. I know I was so excited about these at the beginning of the year, but it's because this classroom has nowhere to put for the kids to put their stuff. So I'm going to leave my cubbies for the teacher that comes in here just so the kids have a place to store their stuff or they can use them however they want. But my new classroom does have cubbies built in for the kids, which I will show you. So that's something I don't need to worry about. The Chromebook cart is obviously staying here. That is something I'm going to miss because I don't know if things are going to change next year, but 3rd grade shares them. Not every teacher has their own. So I'll have to see how that goes. And then over here, this tub is full of literally just Ziploc bags, hand sanitizer, and wipes. That's it. Like, biggest waste of space. What the heck? Here's my 3D doodler, which I'm going to talk about later this week, or 3Doodler, whatever it's called, that a company sent me. My kids played around with it, so I will review that later this week. I have more chair pouches up here. Nice new ones, which is good. So I'm just gonna bring all my chair pouches over there. So I definitely got a ton accomplished with my kids' help today. So I am going to head out. There's not much I can do. I have to leave things in my cabinets. So tomorrow I'm going to focus on getting this place organized. I guess just going through binders and seeing what I need and what I don't need. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, I did not get to vlog yesterday because it was just a hectic day. We're still trying to figure out, well, I'm still trying to figure out what classroom I'm even moving into. There's 2 or possibly 3 different options, but the one that I'm really hoping for is the one that's right across the hall from my cooperating teacher. The teacher who I student taught with. That would just be amazing. If you could tell, yes, I finally got my eyebrows done. Super exciting. I've been putting it off for so long because I only go to this one place, but it's farther away from me now, and she just does such a good job. Today's the first day that I'm wearing like full face makeup in a while. One of the reasons is because it's class party day. So I'm wearing my I Love My 4th Graders shirt and a little skirt, and I just wanted to look put together. And I can't wear this shirt for much longer. But then also, I was with my friends yesterday from grad school. We all get together. Now it's like at the beginning of the year and the end of the year to celebrate the end of the school year, the start of the new one. And first of all 4 of my friends who live still in the area around me, we are all going to be in 3rd grade next year. So that's so amazing. 2 of them already were. One of them, who also taught 4th grade math and science this year, like me, she's moving to 3rd too. So we're all going to be in 3rd, and that's just amazing. I'm so excited for that. And anyway, we took a picture, and I had literally no makeup on yesterday except mascara, but the pictures, I just look awful. So I'm like, I need to get it together because I don't know, my face just looks so closed when there's like, makeup gives it dimension. So I don't know, that's how I'm feeling. And don't put hater comments below, because I'm allowed to be human and express my opinion. But it's 7:13, so I should be heading to school, and I will update you guys later. Guys, I'm literally crying. Look what one of my class moms painted me on this like wooden plaque. Like, oh my gosh. The kids all signed the bottom below here. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. Like, what a great way to close out the circus. Oh my goodness. This will, wow. I have no words. Most precious thing I've ever seen. What I'm gonna do right now first is take that bulletin board down. But then I'm gonna go through this cabinet because a lot of this is not mine. So I'm going to leave whatever I don't need or whatever belongs to this classroom in here, and then I'm going to move all of my stuff to that cabinet over there. That way it's all in the same spot when I'm getting ready to leave. So I guess I'm just gonna take out my stuff and put it on this table once I'm done taking that down. Here is what was under that mess. Old bulletin board. Gross. Okay, so out of this whole cabinet, this is all the stuff I'm leaving behind. This is just science stuff, science textbooks, old whiteboards, and then all of this is mine. So now I think I'm gonna take from that cabinet what I'm leaving behind and bringing it over here. Although a lot of the math manipulatives, because that's my math cabinet, a lot of that stuff I'm bringing to my mentor because she's switching to math next year and doesn't have any math stuff in her room. So let me show you what that looks like. I've already brought a good amount of stuff over to her, but all these little bins are mine. So majority of this is mine. That is how much paper I have. I'm leaving a lot of this. I'm gonna go through these posters too and put some of them out for other teachers to take, because that is when I went Carson DeLosa happy before I was a teacher, and I just don't need that stocked up. But majority of this is mine. So my partner teacher gave me this box today to help me move, and it's the perfect box for all this random just like craft supplies. Like I have styrofoam balls, I have wooden dowels, different spray paints, ribbon, Mod Podge, toothpicks, gloves, envelopes, just like a bunch of random stuff that was in a plastic bag. And now it's just nicely in that box. So I've basically got all this stuff put in that cabinet. I'm gonna keep working on it now. I'm going to go through my pile of borders and posters and decide what I need and what I don't need. This is from when I was still in college and went to the Carson DeLosa warehouse sale, and border was so cheap. And I literally just went crazy and bought whatever. I do not need vines or apples. And it was so cheap. I'm gonna go put it on the donation table. All of this is going to the donation table. This is just random posters that were super cheap at Carson DeLosa, or ones that I got on the table last year that I don't put posters like this up in my classroom. So I'm getting rid of those. I have math test taking tips, which I will probably leave in this classroom along with this stuff. I didn't even realize I had this. How sad is this? Angles and lines, rock cycle, because this is all 4th grade stuff. And some area and time posters. I'm leaving this stack in this classroom. This is the stuff I'm keeping. Don't know if I'll use it, but I have like a calendar birthday set that's just colorful. A grammar poster, just because I like how the sentence is colored by what each thing is. I think that's really cool. I have a ton of chart paper. Sentence strips, 120 board, I guess. Didn't realize I even had that. And there's actually 3 of them in there. I have this huge multiplication chart that literally opens up, ginormous. I have this kit for some pocket chart I have about graphing stuff. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but I thought it was neat when I bought it, so I'm gonna keep that. Another calendar. This one's from the Target Dollar Spot. Not sure what I'm doing with my calendar next year, so I'll hold on to that. These name tags are just always good to have. I have 3 different alphabets. And this one. I don't know which I'm going to use, but definitely not that one. But I'm just, might as well hold on to it. A felt map, also from the Target Dollar Spot. More circus stuff that I'm just going to hold on to. I have a Lego banner, which I'm definitely going to use next year since my classroom theme is games. So might as well put this up. I love it. And then I have this other map. This is like a dry erase map, also from the Target Dollar Spot. So, and then these are all my borders, and I'm going to clip the ones that I already have clipped up with it, with its match, and then I'm going to clip the rest of them. No point in keeping my old bulletin board paper because I just found I still have full rolls in that closet. Awesome. Okay, so my hair is on the top of my head because it is so hot in here. I cleared off this table. That cabinet is clear of my stuff. I also took everything off the top, but now it's kind of making its way over here. I've never moved a classroom before. I've only brought everything in little by little, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I mean, this is how things are looking. This is all stuff I have to take with me, but obviously not all that paper. I think what I'll probably do is put a bunch of little stuff inside of these because these are mine. So that way I can take all that little stuff behind my desk. I don't think I showed earlier, but I'll put the picture. I had so many tissues, and I told the art and music teacher that I had them, and they ran down here like 5 minutes later to get them for their classroom because they were there for the whole year, and I didn't realize how much I had because they were in my cabinet. And I don't need to bring them to my new classroom because that's on the kids' supply list every year. So might as well give them to the music and art teacher who don't have students who bring them. So yeah, I just have Ziploc bags over here in case we need them. And this is what we're looking like. Hey guys, happy last day of school. Oh my goodness, and my battery's gonna die. Do I go inside to get my other battery? Or just film on my phone? Oh God.